your action figure statues and comics for the lowest prices at badasscollectibles.com.
Action Figure Showcase / review.
Let's get into this review / showcase of the DC Collectibles Supervillains Joker action figure, sculpted by Paul Harding. Well, before we get into the details, no, this figure does not come with that DC Collectibles base. I just included it on the figure so he won't have any trouble falling off as the turntable is displaying him. Outside of that, here's the figure. I think he's great. He comes with the machete. Looks like a type of machete, a long steak knife. I like the black gloves that he's wearing. I really like the type of greenish on his hair. Like, it's not too bright, but it's not dull either. This kind of looks like a more professional Joker in a way. Like, I don't know, there's just something about him. Besides the fact that he's really different. As far as the new 52 is concerned, they have not released a Joker like this. Even in the Arkham line, they haven't released a Joker dressed like this, that look like this. Everything about him is really sharp, but he still maintains like such a sinister look on his face. His face has such a crazy sinister look. And just a quick close-up of his hair, the actual stroke line detail in his hair, I think personally is definitely pretty cool. As opposed to some other Joker figures like this guy, whose hair is just a little bit thicker. There's not a lot of fine lines in it. It's more just like thick sculpting. This Joker actually has some really fine lines in his hair, which I definitely like a lot. Like I said, I don't think the camera's picking it up well because the contrast of the color white and black, but his face is actually a different type of white pigment as opposed to the shirt. So you can definitely tell in person that there's a difference between the skin on his face and his actual shirt. It's not the same white. But his hair to me just came out pretty great. I mean, he could be in a Herbal Essence commercial with hair like that. Maybe it's actually too perfect. Maybe it should be a little bit more messed up. I don't know, but the sculpting on it is great. It kind of looks like there's a fan blowing in his face, pushing his hair up. Either that or he has some gel in there, but it's definitely working. I like it a lot. Really like the detail on the sculpting throughout his jacket. None of it is smooth. Almost every part of it has wrinkles. It has this really fitted type of look on him, like it was made just for him. Maybe he just has a great tailor, basically. But it looks like whoever tailored this long coat for him definitely did a great job. And like I said earlier, his boots are a different color, a different black than the black on his gloves, than the black on his coat, than the black on his pants, which is awesome. In total, you're getting 4 different shades of black on this guy, which I really do appreciate that they took the time to do that, as opposed to making it all just one flatline black. And his boots are actually two-toned because the sole on the bottom is like more of a grayish color as opposed to the top part and the heel of the boot. So that's awesome. It's these little things that I definitely do appreciate. As far as breakage or anything else, I do feel this figure feels pretty tight. I didn't even have any scares while I was breaking in the joints to this guy. So I mean, I think DC definitely stepped up their product control. Yeah, this guy, he just feels durable. He doesn't feel cheap and plasticky. He feels like a good figure. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I feel like all of us collectors out there, you know, we know what a good figure feels like, and this personally feels like one to me. This feels like there's quality. It felt like there was time put in behind this figure. It just wasn't thrown into an assembly line. Okay, so it feels like his shoulders on a nice ball right there. He is limited. I mean, if you're gonna have the arms down, he is limited how much he'll be able to go up like that, but it's mainly because of the crease in the jacket right here. Same on this side. But he has some great posability options. As far as this hinge, it's not double jointed, it's single, but it still goes back pretty far. And his shoulders do curve in a lot. which also helps give the just a really thin, lanky aspect. That effect really good because his shoulders do come in, so they can cross each other, which is pretty cool. They get pretty close enough for me at least. So, and his arms can still go up because, like I said, they're all on a nice ball hinge. His head, can it rotate all? It can rotate all around. I just wouldn't suggest it because it kind of gets tight towards the back. Okay, so it can rotate all around. That was a little scary. He does have some down. That's about it for his down. Doesn't really have much up. His up is eye level. I don't know if there's a waist joint. Let's find out. Okay, I don't think that there's a waist joint, which you know, kind of does suck because I love waist swivels on figures or an ab joint or something. The cape does go up that much. I actually do wonder. Okay, no, the cape is glued at the top, so it doesn't come completely off. His legs come out about that far. There's a nice swivel here with a ball right here. His feet, they don't get much, but they definitely could do the job. Like I said, and I had him on a stand just because he was on a rotated display stand. Outside of that, he doesn't have any problem standing at all. So, and he's on fabric right here, so it should be a little bit harder, and it's still pretty easy. So these boots definitely do come in handy. This one's a little bit tighter, and also I thought it was pretty cool. You do get some nice little swivel right here on the wrist, which to me also means a lot because it bothers me a lot when figures don't have this, especially nowadays. And I thought the jacket, the sleeve, would actually hinder it from going full rotation, and it doesn't hinder. So you get full rotation as far as it swiveling. Take a look at his little knife. I like the detail on it. Added those 3 little silver dots, and the base of the handle has the silver on it. Said it's the little things that really kind of make a difference. Maybe I'll put some blood on there and make it look pretty cool. Stay to the end of the video to check him out in some toy photography. And for a size comparison, here he is standing to another DC Collectibles supervillain's Joker. This Joker seems to be just like a slightly, maybe a few centimeters taller. Then here he is next to the DC Collectibles Jason Todd figure, Red Hood. So I do like this guy a lot. Would I recommend picking him up? I know that there's plenty of other Joker action figures that have been released, obviously, by DC Direct and DC Collectibles, and the list goes on forever. But this guy is still unique in his own way. I still recommend picking this guy up because he is such a different type of looking Joker action figure. And like I said, my only downside to this figure is that it doesn't have a waist swivel. It kills me when action figures don't have any type of waist articulation at all. That just sucks major. But outside of that, this figure definitely met all of my expectations. Pretty cool. Arms can literally, like he's hiding the knife behind his back. And I think it's very important for the Joker to be able to stand with his arms behind his back. I don't know why that's my thing. I've seen him in so many comic panels and so many video games like that. It's just the Joker action figure must be able to cross his hands behind his back, and this guy can definitely get the job done. I know DC has a lot of new stuff coming out as far as the icons and everything else is concerned. I really don't know what that entails for their 6.5, 7-inch action figures, but I really don't care, honestly. I still want to pick this guy up. Like I said, he's still such a unique Joker action figure. Where you can have 10 others, he's still going to be unique because as far as to my knowledge, they have not released a Joker that looks like this or one similar to it at all. So, Paris Dioramas, thank you guys for checking out the review. Subscribe and like, please. I definitely appreciate that. Remember, you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, and really that's about it. But hit me up on Instagram. I'm pretty active on there. Send me a DM, shoot me a message on Facebook. I will not ignore you. I'll try to answer any other questions you got about this figure, or about dioramas, or about toy photography, or about whatever. But alright guys, thanks for checking out the video. Paris Dioramas. 1.
No way. This is my jam.
This is also my jam.
I'm in love with the plastic. Articulation fantastic. My toy photography is magic. Paris dioramas making classics. Action figures, I got action figures. Action figures, I got action figures. My action figures got a mad boy. My toy photography is bad boy. I'm in love with the plastic. Articulation fantastic. My toy photography is magic. It's Paris dioramas making classics.